I'm going to give you my experiences with cannabis. I have not been a cannabis user. I did not smoke cannabis, and because I'm not a smoker, and I don't like any kind of pharmaceuticals or any excess stuff that I don't need in my body. So I never was a proponent of cannabis use. However, at my age, I suddenly got a terrible pain in my knee and needed help. At one point, I was using a wheelchair, and I was using a walker because I couldn't manage my knee. It was in terrible pain. So I started going to orthopedic doctors. First orthopedic doctor said I needed surgery down the line because bone on bone. He told me all these horrible things that he saw in their arthritis. Second doctor, the similar thing. Went to another doctor, similar thing. You will, down the road, you will definitely need surgery on your knee because you have all of the attributes of someone that is a candidate for surgery. At one point, my fairy godmother came and gave me a salve that had cannabis in it, and I rubbed it on my knee just for the hell of it, because anything that would help was going to be good. The miracle occurred. My knee seemed to get better. The pain was scarce and then disappeared. And now I think it's about 2 or 3 years since I had the cannabis on my knee. I have no problem. I walk miles every day. I do everything I did before. I'm on my treadmill. No problema, no surgery. I feel sorry for my roommate who's had a surgery because she did not want to take my advice and put the cannabis on her knee. She had a surgery with lots of after effects and she's miserable. Sorry she ever did it. Sorry for her. Then another thing happened. All of a sudden I had a pain in my elbow, actually, not my elbow, but in my wrist. I had pain in my wrist, and went to the doctor. Went to an orthopedic doctor, and he did take an X-ray, and he said that you have a lot of arthritis in your wrist, and one of the tendons, and the tendons actually have been harmed too. You dislocated your tendon. So he gave me a shot. He did give me a shot, but the pain was still. I still had pain. Put the cannabis on. I have no pain. The pain went away. The wrist is perfect. I use it all the time now. I have no problem. I was in my pool the other day, and a bee stung me. I thought it was a leaf, and I picked it up, and it was a bee, and a bee stung my second finger here. Well, I said, what the hell? Put cannabis on it. Put cannabis on it. The second finger was really, really inflamed and twice the size. This is my second finger now. No problemas with this finger. Anyway, I don't think you can see it. Bee sting gone. Well, then my story goes on. I start telling, my friends about my marvelous recovery. And one of my people that work in my office has had rheumatoid arthritis. She says even as a young child she had rheumatoid arthritis. She cannot use her computer. She has somebody that has to do the computer because she can't move her fingers. I said to her, I think you are a candidate, and I told her about my knee. I think you are a candidate for some cannabis. I said, it won't hurt. It's not a drug. You don't have to take it in because she said all her kids are smoking weed and smoking cannabis, and she doesn't want any. I said, just let me put it on. She said, certainly. I put it on her, didn't say anything. The next morning she comes running into my office and says, what was that you put on my fingers and on my hand? She says, it doesn't hurt anymore. I can't believe it. I had to bring her some more of it because she was just unbelievable. She did not believe what I was doing to her, and she seems to now want me to have a steady supply for her because of this marvelous thing that happened to her. We have a friend that had a ruptured Achilles tendon, terrible problem with his knee, with his ankle actually, his ankle, not his knee. And I told him my story too about my knee and about my arm and about my bee sting and about my wrist. And he was very, very, very skeptical. But I gave him a little sample, and I said, just, I'm going to put this on you to see if you like it or don't like it. Put it on him. The next day he came and said, whatever you gave me, he said, I need it, I want it, I want it, I need it, I need it. I have it, and I've given him some now for his use. And he's one happy person. I went into my ophthalmologist, and I'm telling her about my knee problem. Told her about my knee problem and that how I had used this cannabis to to make me all better, like a miracle. And she said, "Oh my God," she said, "you know, I have a mother-in-law that has been in pain for a long time. Would you please, please help me and bring me a sample or something so that I can give it to her so that she can be better, because she's a lovely woman." And I did have to bring it to her and have her help her mother. I think the results have been really amazing and gratifying, and certainly a lot to be said for the use of cannabis, which people are skeptical about, but once they use it, they are converted to the use of cannabis. And that's my story, and I just wanted you to know because I am now a cannabis believer. Thank you. Bye-bye.